What's up, y'all? It's your boy JTMM, aka JustTenMoreMinutes, aka the Freaking 10. Back again. This time for vlog 25. I have to admit, it threw me off because I'm sitting here, I'm like, 23, 25, where's 24? But I did see, you know, that obviously in the description it says this is where they discuss chapters, or chapter 3, and then 26 is where they discuss chapter 4. So, you know, what do I expect? I expect them to be themselves, fun, goofy, you know, just absolutely lovable as they always are. And just see their personalities, right, as they go through and describe this. It's something that I enjoyed with the last vlog as they went through, you know, again, as I said, I truly identify with Pow. The thought processes and how all of those lyrics pop into our head. Identify that with very, very clearly. So, with that being said, there's only one thing left to do. Let's switch it up. Let's check it out.
Hello
Hey
again.
guys.
Okay, so we were missing chapter 3 and 4. So I guess should we do it all in the same vlog?
No, I think it should be different vlogs.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Chapter
is chapter
3.
3.
Awesome.
Woo.
Okay, so we start off with Sinister Smiles. As you know, this is a duet between Pao and me.
Pao and I.
Really?
Yeah, Pao and I.
Pao and I. Sorry. Okay, so technically, what is happening? Okay, the last song was The Sacrifice, right?
Yeah, the last
So,
one was
yeah,
the sacrifice
as you
is
remember,
the introduction of
the-
this like character that is the voices in her head. She literally feels so alone
that she creates.
that she like her subconscious creates like this other voice, like this other person inside her head. And
That's
basically
trying to,
the
you know, make her
sacrifice
feel
is
better.
like, hey, I'm here to support you, but like let's say that this voice, this character, it's not a good voice, it's not a good character.
She's slowly
It's the
trying to take
antagonist,
over.
basically. So Sinister Smiles is that like internal
The
struggle
look Danny's giving.
of like our main character fighting against the voice in her head, and in the end of that song, the voice in her head wins and like takes over.
Yes.
And
as the song says, like the voice is repeating over and over and over, just, you know, break apart.
break,
Yes.
just break.
Let me take control of everything. Actually, the kind of turning point between this character and it's actually in The Sacrifice, where she said, like, all the pain will be mine, like, let me just
take over. And
take
basically
over
Sinister
everything.
Smiles, it's that part where she's fighting. I'm supposed to be like good girl. Danny's supposed to be like,
well, not necessarily good girl,
oh wait,
but-
well, main character girl then.
but innocent, like that.
Well, not innocent.
Well,
No, basically in that
Yes.
song, like my voice is supposed to be like
the
main
confused,
character,
yeah.
and Danny's supposed to be like the evil voice.
Yes.
And
I know.
in the end, the evil voice wins, like Danny wins.
Yes.
And basically Dull Knives is like the character taking over by like that voice, like fully and like
enjoying,
like no, like basically turning into this
The
new, like coming
Queen of
out of
the
the
murder scene.
cocoon, turning
Yes.
into like Queen of the murder
you know, that
scene.
she's just realizing, like,
Yeah, and Queen
this
of the
is
murder
weird, but
scene
I like it.
is her fully accepting the title. Like, she's like, this is what I'm supposed to be, which is not
And
really a
don't
good
mess
message.
with her
Yeah,
because
she's the Queen of the murder scene.
she's scary.
Oh,
Yes.
Queen of
Okay, so I'll go back because they're just going to keep on talking. It's so funny. I'm sitting here watching, right? And you've got Danny and Paul, you know, going back and forth. Ollie is like checking her hair, looking at her eyes and checking. Like, it's just, and I only laugh because it's like that age appropriate response, right? Of being on camera of, okay, how do I look? Do I look okay? Here's my hair. You know, and if you watch, she just does that constantly. And I think more because they're talking about the lyrics and all that, and she chimes in when necessary. But it's just kind of funny to watch the dynamics between the three as they explain the story, right? So, you know, it's perfect because now you're starting to hear more of the story. Whereas really in the first vlog, they talked about how it came together, but not a lot about the story itself, whereas this one they're truly getting into the story.
Don't mess with her because
she's the queen of the murder scene.
she's scary.
Oh,
Yes.
Queen of the Murder Scene was really fun to write. It started with basically all the melodies in the song were guitar melodies, were guitar parts.
Actually, I just had the chorus on a guitar, like the chorus. You see, like the yes.
Was only a guitar
That's
part.
the only thing. We actually had a lot of trouble with that song.
It was a very difficult song to write because the lyrics, man.
Not only the lyrics, the music. Because
it's like
I did that part, and then we realized that we started to fill in the parts of the song, and we realized that it was all like the same chord.
Oh, it's one chord, right?
It's one chord.
It's well now it's
now we changed
more
it.
chords,
but
right?
first it was one chord, like the whole
it was
song.
really hard to write.
Yes.
I remember that we struggled a lot.
Yeah.
It was one of the songs that like in like terms of struggle, it was like ugh, and then Queen of the Murder Scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man,
Definitely,
the songs that you start.
Yeah, the songs that I started are usually those.
The songs that Danny starts
I'm so
are
sorry.
usually like the hardest ones to write. But it was one of my favorite songs.
Yes.
After we finished it, and we speak Japanese on that song. Like we at least I really wanted to like put a little bit of part like for influences there, because we have been watching a lot. Whoa, we wrote this song a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, like in that time, I remember hearing that song, that word a lot, korosu, in animes, which is basically it's kill. Basically, they always like so we wanted to incorporate that, and I just thought it was like the perfect song to say korosu. It was like very good, and yeah. So basically, korosu is the verb to kill. It's kill. Korosu means kill, which honestly, it's very dark. Yes. It's very uncomfortable, and we know, but it was just something that fit perfectly.
Yeah.
And
so, it's funny because when they say that, right, it does fit perfectly. Because you're talking about a voice inside, and that's absolutely brilliant, right? And this goes back to influences and coming from random places of, again, as they said, it's one of those where people say, oh, I hear this in your music, or I hear that in your music. And I've said it, but part of it is from a musical standpoint, an influence of, other bands and such. But then the lyrics aren't, right? The lyrics are 100% within theirs, and musical influence is everywhere. If you go talk to someone and they say, here's the bands I listen to, and this is what I hear, yes, it's going to transfer to your music because it's something that you relate to. So, but you still make your own sound. You're not recreating anybody. So they're 100% right in that aspect. But this is where the influence of just outside things come in, of just random things. And then they pop into your head and you're like, oh, I want to add that in. And yeah, it's just, this is a joy to watch because you see their faces light up. You see that excitement of when they wrote it, on Pal's face when she goes, we wrote that a year ago. Now, when she said a long time ago, I'm thinking, wow, how many years, probably 3 or 4 years ago, and a long time being a year ago to them. It's kind of funny just how fast time flies. And to think that as younger, yeah. So, no, this, I love these types of things because you do get an insight to how they're thinking. Let's keep going.
It's very uncomfortable, and we know, but it was just something that fit perfectly.
Yeah.
And of course, we're not promoting, like, for anybody, we're not encouraging anybody to go and, like, kill. Not
we're
really,
just
guys.
telling a story.
We're just telling a story. But that's on, wait. The screams. Okay, the screams at the very end. It was Danny recorded them. We recorded them for the demo. It was not even for like the song. And we were like, okay, Danny, just let out a couple of screams, like chill,
just to see how it sounds.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in the end, and he was like, okay, let's do it.
I turned off the lights. Like
it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever endured in my life.
I don't know where I got those screams out. It was
perturbante. That's what it was.
It was horrifying. We were like
Jake, Alan, and I were just like in the room,
And the other,
Yeah,
and the
and
control room.
we also had the lights turned
We
off.
also had the lights turned off
Because
because
she
they bothered
yeah.
Danny. And
Oh, God.
God, it was horrible.
The three
And
of us were like,
it was
"Oh
all
my
in
God."
one take. She was screaming horribly,
Laughing.
and then she started laughing, and that was
The
horrible.
three of us were like,
guys,
oh my God.
We recorded the demos like in a week, like all of them. We kind of like we had that purpose of recording everything. So I was like, I was in character like the whole week. So I was like, I just
Wow.
let it all out, you know, like.
It was awful.
But-
It was.
Oh yeah, those sessions were like
Perturbante is disturbing.
disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
disturbing.
But
But
you know,
it
it
was
made it really
perfect.
cool, yeah.
And we didn't even try it again. I was like, Danny, let's leave it like that. And when we recorded the song,
I don't know.
no, okay, so we used the screams from the demo,
yeah.
and it sounded just
Actually,
like perfect.
There were some things that we actually
That was-
used the things that we recorded for the demos
demo.
on
Yeah.
the actual songs, like things that we couldn't really duplicate, like the
intro for Stalker and
The intro for Stalker.
Yeah,
that was recorded in here in our home studio.
Vicios, how to say vicios?
The feedbacks.
Vicios?
The
The feedbacks.
feedbacks.
The piano.
That was like a one-time thing. It came out perfectly.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yes.
It was also very disturbing. Okay, so, that's basically chapter 3.
Yeah, that's chapter 3.
And a lot of people asked, like, the fill from Dull Knives that I removed.
Yeah.
I mean,
the studio
I
version
was
of
never
Dull
a really big fan of it. So when we started working on the song, I was like, you know what? I mean, let's take it out. And I really liked how it felt without it.
And
And
it was to support the other line that we incorporated in that song. It was.
Okay, so
Okay. That's interesting to me because this is another thing of why I see their success lasting for a long time is, as Danny just said, we did this to support, right? Not replace, not get rid of, to support the other line of, and then they gave it, right? And you saw Pow's face light up. You saw Ollie's face light up. Of course, Danny lit up. And that tells you of the tight nucleus, right? And I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm just giving my take on it. From a psychological standpoint, you see that tight knit of when they can support each other, their faces light up completely. Love that.
Okay, so that part.
So we wanted to do
In
that.
that part, basically, instead of re-entering, like I don't know how to say it. Instead of entering on like
The
the
downbeat.
downbeat, the like beat 1, with that like riff, it entered in the one.
Push.
It's not push. It has.
The
I know it
end
in
of
Spanish.
the end
like,
of the 4.
Yeah.
The end of
One
the 4.
and yeah, it's the and. I know
The
it in
and of the
Spanish. I'm
4.
sorry. So the and of the 4. We entered in the and of the 4. So it was
Push.
like it pushed. So with the fill we couldn't do that. So it was like, let's just remove the fill, and I was like, yay! Okay, and so we left it like that.
Yeah.
And
Also, one point that I'm sorry.
yo no tenía nada que decir.
Oh yeah, one important thing that we have been seeing, like, why didn't we make Dull Knives longer?
Oh.
Okay. So we actually did try, guys. We did want.
Oh.
We did want to. I know we actually like incorporated a little solo, and then we went back to the chorus and everything.
Look at the,
But you know
the
what?
face. I love it.
Nothing fitted like correctly. The song was begging us to
To
leave
just leave
it
it
like
like
that.
that.
And
We
didn't
did
like
like
wanna,
a ton of things.
we didn't want to fix something that was not broken. Like,
Oh.
no, sorry. Okay. Stop it, guys. Okay, so yeah, actually we did try, but stop it.
I had to stop it because here's the older sister getting the other two, right? They're getting rambunctious. She's like, okay, stop it, you guys. That's just fun family dynamics to watch.
Guys. Okay, so Yeah, actually we did try, but none of the
Oh, the parts we incorporated
it's
actually
so
fit.
like made it made it feel less than it already was. Like it ended like this, and we just kind of like
we liked it the way it was.
Yeah, and
basically.
it ended on a chorus and stuff like.
Oh
So-
no, it was bad.
No, it was bad. So, like, thank you guys for really, really liking that song.
Yeah.
Like, we're really proud of it too. So,
Yeah,
the
and
good thing is that if you really, really love it and you want it to be longer, you can always play it again.
Exactly, and
So-
that was a really cool thing about it, that you got like left with this feeling that you just wanted it to continue, but there was nothing more, so you didn't have any other option but just to play it again, and we kind of loved that, so we were like,
Strategy.
why fix something that isn't broken?
I know, sorry, that's the
Yeah.
face of this blog. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of chapter 4. Yeah. Guys,
oh, just a little bit of fun fact. Okay, in Sinister Smiles, you see there's like a weird it sounds like clapping, I guess.
It sounds like
But basically, what we used for that,
it's a weird instrument.
no, it's a traditional Mexican instrument.
Oh really?
Okay, our grandfather gave it to us like 5-6 years
Yeah, he
ago.
said like, so
5,
you
6
can
years
use
ago.
this in your songs, and we had it completely abandoned because it sounds really weird. It's
5,
like a
6 years abandoned in the back of the room. It was
it
just
really
there.
it had like
Dust.
no spider webs. Like it
Oh.
had spider webs. I had to clean them out. I know.
Okay, but it sounded really cool, and it sounded like this weird like tribal thing, which we were trying to like incorporate. It just sounded so cool, and we're like, leave it.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the falsettos. I do them, and it's
Ale sings them. There were a lot of people saying that it wasn't Ale.
but it is.
It is
just
Ale?
two.
Ale sings those parts. Ale
Yeah,
has,
the three of us sing the chorus.
yeah, but like in terms of range, like Ale has one of the highest ranges.
Okay,
no. Yeah. Oh no, you have the lowest range.
I have the lowest.
I
range.
have the highest range, and
But
the,
just because you haven't worked on it, I had the lowest range.
oh yeah, Danny had the. That's why he said I have the highest range, but I'm the one who works on it less. But like for lower tones, I cannot reach
Because
them.
look, this is the difference
Difference.
the difference between Pau and my voice. So she has the highest range, but her
Like my
harmonics, no, how is it? Overtones.
Overtone.
Her overtones are
deeper.
deeper. So her
So
voice
it
sounds
sounds like I
deeper.
can reach lower notes, but I cannot reach lower notes
She
at
reads
all.
higher notes than me, but my voice is like super high. So
Super high.
it sounds like I can reach higher notes, but actually I'm the one who can fit the lowest.
Lowest.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ale has
What's
just
the
like
song that goes like super low that you can't like?
it's even doubt it. I had to practice
Even doubt it.
I had to-
And it's so
wait,
natural
wait,
for me.
do it.
Even doubt it.
And for me, it's even doubt
And I
it.
can just
I
barely
can
do
Yeah,
it.
she does the
barely
tuck of
reach
the
it, but I
chin,
had to
yep.
practice so much for it so I could do it live. But
Yes.
I mean, it sounds good, so it's fine.
So yeah, we managed. Okay. I just wanted to say, guys, that even though like we planned this album with our own stories and something like even in our own heads, the story is a little bit different for each one of us. Like she's the
yeah.
one who started it, and I'm like each one of us has a different imagination, and at the end of the day, so whatever you guys come up with can be that too. You know, it's like everyone can give it a little bit of taste of what.
Yeah, a little bit like their own twist.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting because I did, when I wrote The Obsessed, the one that I posted on my community tab. If you haven't seen it, go look at my community tab. I wrote a version of The Obsessed, which is in response to Stalker. And that's 100% right, because somebody had said, you know, it's like painting over the Mona Lisa. No, I'm not painting over the Mona Lisa. I'm giving you maybe what the Mona Lisa saw as she was being painted, right? So it's not anything that I went in and wrote over anything. And I still respect that take of not writing anything. But if you go take a look at that song, which actually I'm still in the process of changing as I work on the music, you'll see it takes nothing away from the story. It's just an outside looking in. And I appreciate that comment right there, because as someone that's not as familiar with the warning as everyone here is, I never want to step on toes. That's the last thing. And so but at the same time, I don't like to stifle creativity. If something pops into my head from a creative standpoint, I have to get it on paper and I have to run with it, or it's going to continuously bother me, which is why I wrote the first one, which I need to go back and look at because I haven't looked at it in a while. But the different plans, unpredictable plan, I forget what I called it, but that one was from him as she had him, right? So again, as they say, it's not everybody's open to put their own twist to it, and that's what I've done. So yeah, if you haven't checked those out on the community page, I've written 2 songs as part of that. I'm sure I'll write more from different viewpoints. But that goes right to what they're saying. I'm so happy they said that.
Everyone can give it a little bit of taste of what.
Yeah, a little bit like their own twist.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we
Everything's
even
possible.
should say the real. Oh, we are at some point going to say the real story.
Mhm.
But I've seen a lot of comments and like, where did they get that
I know.
from? But it's actually
Actually,
pretty interesting.
You guys kind of describe it better than we do.
Yeah, honestly.
That's why I think that's why we made it into songs. If not, we would have made a book. But
Thank
like,
God we didn't make a book because we cannot even explain ourselves with words.
you guys are so descriptive. It's awesome. Like
It's
we
amazing,
read
guys,
your
seriously.
comments and it's like
Wow.
that was what's in my head, you know. So like, so yes, you guys are spot on. Like some of you guys' comments are super great, really. So stick with your own stories too. I think we kind of make the story vague enough. So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can,
And it's actually
you
like
know,
it's a very
twist your-
predictable story, honestly.
It is.
So it's fun that everybody can understand it and everybody
Mm-hmm.
can like. And there is some details that are not really like present in the story,
Mhm.
so anybody can. Come
And
up
there's
with their
some
own little-
details that we have in our head, but at the moment of, you know, communicating them, they just don't come out like as deep. But like
Exactly.
we really
I mean,
as
my
deep.
like my version of the
Mhm.
story can be really different from their version.
Mhm.
Because I remember that we changed the story so much.
Oh yeah, we did.
So everybody has a different personality for the character. So it's really cool that you guys are like just
Doing
taking
it
the
too.
character
Yeah.
and just like making it like
We love hearing
own.
your stories, and we also we really wanted to focus on the psychological part of what the character was feeling, like everything that's going on in her mind. That's what we wanted to project: the uncertainty, the confusion, and then the total craziness. So like, I think it. Oh, sorry. I'm babbling now, but you see, that's why we make music, so we can speak through
yeah.
that. So yeah, okay. I really do not have the words, but everything that you are saying is so right. I mean, we appreciate that you find the deepness in our like message and our story. It's not just a novel for us. It's like it really carries a message, not just like she's like a murderer.
Murder.
Murderer.
Yeah, it's really cool that you guys are putting your own little twist to the story and that
Mhm.
everybody
Interprets.
And
No,
is that correct?
Interprets. Yeah.
Interpreten.
En serio.
I think
That you guys are
Very
interpreting.
Sounds so weird.
Interpreting. Yeah.
Interpreting?
Interpret.
Interpretando.
So weird.
Never
In
mind.
Spanish, it makes sense. That you guys are like
Yeah, making.
interpretando the story your own way. It's really cool, and we really love to hear like your feedback about it. And we're glad that you're taking it like with such open arms because we know it's not an easy topic to swallow. I mean, we're talking about a murderer here, somebody who kills people, which is not something easy to swallow. And we knew that the moment that we were writing that there were going to be some people who were really not going to like what we were talking about, and we're not going to like the twist. No, not the twist.
I'll
but,
talk
I mean,
about
the
that in a
turn
second.
we took when writing our music,
Yeah.
because we understand that it's very different from what we've done before. But we really like what we came up with, and we're really proud of it. So we're glad that most of you are really liking it, and that you guys are like just taking this story with open arms now. Like, we really love you for it. Thank you guys.
Yes. Thank you for all your support.
Oh yes, and so I think this is the end of blog number of chapter 3, and we're gonna do like chapter 4. I think we should do it right now. We're on a roll, girl.
Yeah.
Not like I mean, pause
Not
the
in this
video.
video because it's
and-
gonna
yeah,
be super
yeah.
long. We'll let you rest a bit, but chapter 4 will come soon.
Like right now, because we're gonna record it right now.
Okay,
then
yeah,
we're gonna
but
upload it.
yeah.
So yeah, guys.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye. See you on the next vlog. I was gonna say chapter. Bye.
All right, I'll stop it there. Okay, so on Pal's point about the not easy to swallow, because there's two pieces of it, right? If they're referring to, and I think she was referring to more of fans of the first album compared to this one, that it was broken into chapters and a darker story versus what they'd written in their first album, right? And I'm going to go do their first album as well. But at the same time, this isn't a new topic, right? We see it in horror films. We see it in just made for TV movies, right? I mean, the way that this personality is, you know, you've got plenty of movies out there. They kind of depict that inner turmoil of someone. You know, they just did a brilliant job within music of telling the story. And as they said, it's why they wrote songs and not a book. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. These are so fun to watch because you truly see their personalities, right? Pao is very outspoken, as is Danny, where of course, you know, Ali is very quiet, but she still chimes in, right? But when she says something, they stop and listen, right? And so I see great things for her. And as y'all have said, right? I mean, she's definitely come out of her shell since then. But those are those little signs that you see of when she gives her opinion. You know, you see the other two just kind of stop and truly listen. And that's just a really cool dynamic as well. But you see the camaraderie, you know, because working with family is not always easy because it's family, right? But they've just got this down pat. It's absolutely amazing to watch. Let me switch it up. I'll give you my final thoughts. You know, again, these are a joy to watch. I mean, just watching them interact, tell the story, the excitement, the looks on their faces, you know, hearing those words of encouragement about keep putting your twists on it, you know, and for those that got it spot on, you know, keep chasing it. You know, you're sometimes in our heads. Those types of things are always really cool to see because for me as a songwriter, when I get inspired by something, whether it's a band or a song that I hear and I want to take it in a different direction, there's always that part of you that's like, should I write this because I don't want to disrespect what they've put their time and effort to? And that's never my intention. I don't sell music for a living. I do business process improvement and business engagement. Writing music is a passion of mine, or writing lyrics is a passion of mine that I do to express my own feelings and get feelings out and tell stories. So it's not like I'm taking these songs and going and, you know, saying, oh, these are original ideas. I'm making it very well known. They're inspiring me, right? And I've gotten a lot of great feedback on keep going. Hey, you know, if they inspire you, that's what music's all about. And that's what it is. It's inspiration. And they truly do, you know, and to watch them enjoy what they do as much as they are in these vlogs, that's just heartwarming. There's no other way to put it. You know, they are just an absolute blast to watch. So with that being said, that's going to end it for this one. I've got Psychotic coming up next, and then I'd have to go look at the list. I think it's Hunter and then The End. Schedule wise, Thursday being Thanksgiving, I'll probably end up recording Psychotic now. I may release that today. I'm going to go look to see how many different versions are out there, as I normally do. I may record them and release them today. I may record them and release them on Thursday and wait for Tuesday after the holidays to finish up this album. I don't know. It's all kind of a toss-up. Just, you know, Thursday and Friday are kind of family days. So I'm going to try to get as much recording done so those days are complete. But, man, so much fun. Absolutely so much fun. Glad y'all recommended these. So much more of these lovely ladies coming up. They're just an absolute joy to watch. They make you think. They play great music. I mean, what do you want to say? It's, y'all know they're amazing. Anyway, let's do some shameless plugs while, you know, like Danny, I keep babbling. If you like the video, leave me a comment. Let me know. Hit that like button. And if you like the content I put out, hit that subscribe button. Y'all know the deal. I put out content Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Hardest working reactor, but the smartest working reactor. Do one take and one take only. Hit a button, everything happens. Because I don't like to edit. I had to edit this morning because I didn't put a title in my Sabaton history video. I had to edit. I absolutely hated it, but I wasn't going to go back and redo a retake. So I just changed the title with a little box and text. So what you see is what you get and how I feel. You may hear my phone, all of that. Y'all know the deal by now. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. It's free 99. That's such a dad joke. My God. All right. Y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And if someone asks you to stop what you're doing, don't ask for 1, don't ask for 2, and certainly don't ask for 5. Someone asks you to stop what you're doing, JTMM. Just 10 more minutes. I'm out.